What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be changing the oil in my 2008 Honda Civic. Tools you're going to need are a 17 millimeter and a ratchet or a wrench, either one will work, oil filter pliers, and you're also going to need a drain pan, jack stands, and a jack. My car is lowered, so I definitely need this to get under it. Another thing that makes the job a little easier is if you have a creeper. So you need to take your tools and your drain pan and head underneath the car. Alright, so I have my drain pan and my tools. So now you need to locate your drain pan. On my car it says engine oil, and this is the drain plug right here. And then here is your oil filter. So first thing you're going to want to do is, I'm going to sit here. See what I'm doing, hopefully. Take your drain pan and stick it underneath the oil. Then you want to grab your 17 millimeter ratchet or wrench and remove your drain plug. Really like to let my oil drain quite a bit, get as much of this stuff out of here as I can. You may do different. I usually like to wait until there start getting breaks in the oil as it comes out, and I'll reinstall the drain plug. But on this particular vehicle, I can move the drain pan like so and do my oil filter while I'm waiting. Alright, so another method to remove your oil filter is a screwdriver and a hammer, which I do not have a hammer here. So, yeah. So basically you just take the screwdriver, kind of, I like to poke a hole in the bottom. And that way your oil drains out so you don't have to get all messy. This is what I'm talking about. Your oil here, you see how it's starting to have little breaks and it's getting really thin. I'm just going to let this go a little longer. This has been one of the longest oil changes this car's had, and it's still not even, the car is not recommending it. This car does not have recommended oil change filters. It is recommended that you change your oil when the light pops on in the dash. Now I run full synthetic, so I usually stick to that. But being the oil percentage is down to 20%, and I am taking a trip to Kentucky this weekend, 500-mile round trip, I'm going to go ahead and change it. And then you just want to take your screwdriver and drive it into the side of the filter. Of course, when I'm on video, it's a shit show. And then you just use your pry bar as a leverage tool for your screwdriver to twist the oil filter off. And just like that, it should come off. is doing its thing, I will reinstall my drain plug. So you really want to thread it in by hand. As far as you can by hand. You should not have to force this in. If not, if you have the skill set, you should chase the threads with a thread chaser, or take it to a shop and have them chase the threads, or put a pan repair kit. Mine, I always take care of it, so I do not have that issue. Then you want to put your ratchet in the opposite direction, and you just tighten it up, snug it up, I should say. You don't have to put a bunch of force on it. Don't put a big pry bar in. None of that fun stuff. Just tighten it. And then I'll now remove my oil filter. Now when you take your oil filter off, you want to make sure that this gasket comes with it. This gasket right here. You want to make sure this comes with the filter. If you put two gaskets on your car, you're going to have some issues. So you just want to feel up around here and make sure there's no gasket there, which mine is a fine sealing surface. So I'll go get my oil filter. So I prefer to do oil changes every 3,000. This is something new to me. So just to be cautious, I'm going to go along with it. But I always buy Fram ultra synthetic filters, which are about $8, and I use Mobil 1 5W20 high mileage at every oil change interval my car recommends. So what you want to do is you want to take some oil just out of your drain pan or whatever, just a little dab on the finger, and put it on your gasket, and that prevents, this has to slide on the sealing surface in order for it to seal. So you want to make sure it doesn't pinch your gasket, and it makes it easier for it to come off next time you do it. So then you just reinstall your oil filter like so, and you don't have to torque it to 6,000 foot-pounds. Just get it tight, and then you take a rag and you clean up all your excess stuff under here. So you got your drain plug tight, your oil filter installed. Now you need to remove your cap, and my car calls for 5W20. So I bought Mobil 1 high mileage 5W20. If you need any help, you need to look online and figure out what the manufacturer calls for in your engine. Don't just dump oil in, it will lead to bad things. So now you want to grab a funnel like so, stick it into your oil fill. This particular car calls for 3.9 quarts. So I'm going to take this, it has a little measuring thing on the side, and this side says quarts, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and all the way up here is 5. So I'm going to take mine down to here. I usually just put 4 quarts in, and I call it a day. So now I'm going to crack this open, take this thing, just take it and do that, rip it off, put it aside, and now you want to dump the manufacturer's recommended oil type and amount into your vehicle. So now you want to remove your funnel, sit it in here and let it drain, let all the excess drain out. Reinstall your oil cap like so, and now you're going to want to wipe off your hands and get inside of your vehicle. Okay. So now you get inside of your vehicle. See this little red light with the oil right there? That is your oil pressure light. So basically, if you don't prime your filters, I typically don't, you want to start up your vehicle and wait till that light goes out to turn it off. That means that your car has rebuilt oil pressure and primed the oil filter. I typically like to let mine run for a couple seconds. That should be fine. And now, annoying bastard, you come around to the front and grab a rag. So now you want to locate your oil dipstick, which mine is a big orange tube right here in the center of the engine. You want to pull it out and wipe it off. Make sure there's no oil. You want to stick it back in the hole completely. Make sure it's in its resting position. Then you want to pull it back out. As you can see, this crosshatch right here this is completely full, and that is add. So I'm about halfway in the crosshatch. Could use a little bit more oil, but I typically just like to get it in the crosshatch. So I'm going to call that good. Congrats, you successfully changed your oil. Now you need to reset your oil monitoring system. So if you guys, today's comments are going to be, do you guys want, I'll be redoing the air conditioning in my Ranger soon. Not soon, but in a little while. So I can make a video on how to replace the compressor and how to properly charge your system. Because I have the gauges, the vacuum pump, I have all that fun stuff. Anyway, so now that I found the keys, now you want to turn on your car, and then you want to hit your set reset button right here, and it takes you to your oil life. You want to press and hold this until the oil life starts blinking. Like that. And then you want to take and press and hold the same button again. And it resets to 100%. So that is how to change your oil in a 2008 Honda Civic, or any car for that matter. It's basically the same principle, you just have to find your drain plug and size and whatnot. But this is for this specific vehicle. So yeah, this oil change is done. Now that's it. I mean, it's super easy. You can do it yourself. Shops want to charge me $60 to do a full synthetic oil change. It costs me $36 and about half an hour of my time at my house. So yes, I'm willing to pay $40 or $45 for a full synthetic, but here I know it's done right, I know it's done well, I know good parts are used. So yeah, that's how you change your oil. I gotta go edit this up, and I'll probably throw this up later next week, so you guys will be watching this in a week in advance. So comment below if you think I should do a basic video on AC system refrigeration, leak detection, what you need to know about air conditioning, and how to charge your system. This is another way I avoid having shops do my work. I try to avoid as much as possible, hence why I have all of this stuff at my house. So comment below if you'd like to know more about that. The oil change is complete in this vehicle, so I'm going to clean up the garage and pull it out. So like, comment, subscribe. You guys have a great day.